I think that shot right up top there, that one, is part of the low power group. We'll confirm this while reviewing the footage, but if that is true, then we are basically going to end up with a 8.2 millimeter group, which is immaculate, even for most much more expensive guns.
Hi there guys, and welcome back to Spring Powered South African Air Gunner. Today we've got something really interesting coming your way. This is the Nova Vista Hp-M900 in 22 caliber. This is no ordinary pre-charged pneumatic. It is a multi-pump pre-charged pneumatic, in the very sense that you have got a multi-shot pre-charged pneumatic with a hand pump attached. Now, what makes this really unique in the market, to my knowledge, is you get the Crossmans and the Benjamins, which are multi-pump, but you're talking about 14 pumps per shot. Now, this rifle is unique because once you've pumped it up, you get a claim of 18 shots. Now, we're going to put that to the test. We've got the chronograph set up. We've got some H&N field target trophies, which are 14.66 grain. And then we've got some JSB exact. And I think these guys are 13.43 grain. Now, this rifle is not going to put out 60 foot-pounds of muzzle energy, so you want to stick in that lower range of 22 caliber grain weight projectiles. But anyway, continuing on with the review. This rifle features a synthetic stock, a rubberized butt pad, a fully shrouded barrel, and of course the hand pump, which is the main point of this rifle. Another great feature of this gun is a side lever, which is really smooth, like you wouldn't believe out of this price class, and a resettable manual safety. And one cool thing about this is the safety, the knob on the safety actually looks like a pallet. Just a little interesting factoid for you there. This rifle also has power adjustments. You've either got high power or low power, and that will probably yield you about the same amount of shots because of the way that this gun is regulated. But we're going to put that to the test today. Up top, we've got a Discovery 3 to 12 with adjustable objective, a illuminated reticule, and hunter / target style turrets, pull to release and press to lock turrets. The rifle does feature a synthetic stock, which is hollow, but what that means to you is that it is lighter. This rifle is quite light. It is not extremely heavy, which is perfect for the hunter. It's also got stippling all the way up the front here, which will give you a great purchase on the rifle, no matter what your shooting style is. And this kind of acts like a hamster. And if you guys shoot field target trophy or know about field target trophy, you'll know what I'm talking about. But It's a nice rest when shooting offhand, brings in so that your elbow can touch your side and you can get a good stable stance like that. It's got a, like I said before, a very, very smooth side lever. It's got this little rubberized part. Now what this does is, once you've shot and you want to reload, that rubberized part just gives you that extra little bit of grip on top there, which allows you to get a quick reload. Right, then of course we've got our little pressure gauge at the top here. I really like the positioning of the pressure gauge, rather than having it up top where you have to basically point the gun at your forehead. You've got the pressure gauge at the side, which is really nice. You've got an 11mm dovetail base here at the top on which you can mount your optics. It is interrupted by the slot for the mag, but we'll take a look at that closer in a minute. We can see we've got a little offset mount here, which we are using to mount the scope. Right, so like I've said, this is a pre-charged pneumatic with a built-in pump. So you've got an air cylinder, a tiny little air cylinder, and here's the kicker. It fills to 250 bar. Yes, 250 bar. So this rifle has to be regulated in some way or the other. Now, another great feature of this gun is the pre-installed Sling swivel studs. Because we've got the pump here, the lever action, we can't have the swivel stud mounted at the bottom here, which is a downside because mounting a bipod is going to be a struggle. But you do have included and pre-drilled, pre-tapped and installed Sling swivel studs, one at the side here and one at the bottom, which makes for attaching a sling a dream, and then you're ready to go out into the field. Guys, the purpose of this gun is really for those extreme hunters like myself, where you want to grab a tin of pellets and just go out into the field the whole day and not have to worry about carrying a bottle or a hand pump, which can be cumbersome, heavy and time consuming when you're out in the field. But this is basically a complete package, guys. This is the equivalent of a very, very modernized Springer. You've got a self-contained package with the rifle being a multi-pump pre-charged pneumatic, which means that you buy the rifle, which I might mention the price is very, very cheap concerning what you actually get. So, but the point I want to make is you get the rifle and a tin of pellets, and if you already have a scope or you get a nice little Discovery, these aren't expensive and the glass quality is very good, and you're ready to go. There's no need for a hand pump, no need for a bottle, no need for a compressor or any of that. So, like I've said, we've got the chronograph, we've got the little rifle up here, we've got two different pellets to test, we've got H&N field target trophies and JSB. We're going to sling them over the chronograph after we filled up the rifle at a target at 25 meters to see what type of groupings this rifle can produce. Now that we've taken a look at the basic overview of the rifle, we're going to take a look at how many strokes of the built-in hand pump it takes to fill this rifle and get it ready for action out in the field. Today we've got the chronograph set up and we've got our two different pellets. We've got the H&N field target trophies and the JSB exact. These are both in the 14 grain range. I believe the JSBs are 13 grain. But we're going to test out the accuracy and the consistency in the velocity and how all that translates to accuracy downrange. So stick with us. We're going to take a look at how many pumps it takes to get this up to 250 bar. So let's take a look at how many strokes it takes to get this rifle up to 250 bar. 2, 3, 4. One thing that I am noticing is that it's very quiet pumping actually, besides for a little bit of a creaking sound. And the pressure remains fairly constant throughout the stroke. Right at the end it becomes a little easier. This last, like from there, it becomes a little bit easier. But that's probably because you've finished pumping and now you're just allowing the air to flow into the tank. But fairly straightforward. Move it all the way up, all the way down, and that's one complete stroke. Right, we're already halfway there. Fairly straightforward and easy to do. And we'll see how many actual shots we get out of this after we fold it up to 250 bar. All right, almost there. I'm gonna give it another 2 strokes and then we're done. That's it, guys. 250 bar. Right, so now we are going to carry on with our test. And first off, we've got the crony testing. We're going to start off with the H&N Field Target Trophies. These are 14.66 grain. And we'll do 5 shots over the chronograph to see what the high, the low, the standard deviation, and what kind of energy we can expect out of this rifle. We're going to do that on high power, and then later on we'll see if we have time to do a test on low power. But I don't want this to be a 40-minute long video. Right, so over the crony, H&N Field Target Trophies. Here we go. 5 shots. Right, that's 5 shots. Shall we go have a look at the numbers? It looks like we're getting around 20 to 21 foot-pounds of muzzle energy. So let's go have a look at the numbers. So we've got a velocity of 815. If you look, total shots 5, power factor is 11. For the IPSC guys, you'll know what that means. Average energy 20.10 foot-pounds. Average velocity 785. Velocity minimum 746. V max 816. Deviation, that's 69 feet per second. Standard deviation is 22 feet per second. Wow, that's not bad at all. Now we're going to move on to the JSB. These are the exact Jumbo RS, which are 13.43 grain. So let's change it to 13.43. 67543. 13.43 grain. Right, here we go. Okay, so now we get to run the JSB Exact Jumbo RS over the crony, see what they do. $9.19. Right, 919, not bad at all. 25 foot-pounds of energy out of the JSB. Not bad at all. Right, let's go have a look and see what the average velocity, standard deviation, and so forth is. Right, so if we press S1 again, it'll give us the weight again, which we don't want. Now we're going to press S2. It'll show us that we've shot 5 shots. The power factor is 12. The guys from IPSC and pistol shooting competitions will know what this is. And then we see the average foot-pounds of energy is 25.11. Average velocity 918. Velocity minimum 916, V max 919, deviation 4, standard deviation 2 feet per second, guys. In freaking sane. That's insane, guys. Yeah. Oh my word. Okay, and then we press S3 to go back. Guys, a standard deviation of 2 feet per second. That is crazy consistent out of this budget air rifle. Wow. Right, so now we've got a good indication of what type of power and consistency this rifle puts out. So we're going to test out the accuracy on some groups. Got a target 25 meters down, and we're going to start off with the JSB Exact RS, which is our 13.43 grain pellet. These gave the best chronograph readings and the best standard deviation, but we'll see how that translates to in groups downrange, which is the ultimate test. Going to do 3-shot groupings, and we'll do 2 of both the JSB and then secondly the Field Target Trophy. So coming up, the JSB Exact Jumbo RS on a target at 25 meters. So far I'm liking it. Booyah! Oh my word, do you see that? Can you see that? That's insane. That is absolutely crazy. Wow, out of a budget gun with a pump. Oh my word. That's on high power. So now we're going to take a look at the grouping on low power. Same target, same point of aim. Obviously the point of impact is going to change, and we'll see how much. Right, so low power JSB Exact Jumbo RS, 3 shots at 25 meters. Same target, same point of aim. One thing that I did notice that I'm going to put in here is that you don't get a significant amount more shots per fill on low power compared that with high power. Usually you get more shots out of low power than you get out of high power, but I think because of the way that they have set up this valve to be so consistent and the way that they've set up this rifle, it's just one of those negatives that you don't get more shots out of low power than you do high power. But small price to pay for such an accurate gun. Wow. Let's go check out the group. Right, so if we took a look at that top grouping there, we've got about a 11.3 or 11.4 millimeter group at 25 meter. 3 shots, very consistent, very accurate. I think that shot right up top there, that one, is part of the low power group. We'll confirm this while reviewing the footage, but if that is true, then we are basically going to end up with a 8.2 millimeter group, which is immaculate even for
most much more expensive guns. Right, and then we move over to the H&N Field Target Trophies, which shot a little worse. We saw that the standard deviation for the H&Ns was much higher than that with the JSBs. So it kind of follows the pattern which holds true, that consistent is accurate. So if we take a look at that top group there on high power, we're going to end up with what looks like about a 16 millimeter grouping, 16.5 millimeter grouping on high power, and then the low power grouping is a little better, must have been a little more consistent. That looks like it's 14.4, which is not bad at all, but I think the clear winner is the JSB.
Right guys, that's going to wrap up the Nova Vista review. A great overall rifle. It's solidly built, accurate, and it's going to give you about 20 to 25 good shots from a 250 bar full. The rifle can be filled either through a full probe, which is located at the bottom of the rifle. When you open the lever, there's a full port back there. But I think the main part of this gun is the pump. It does have an integrated hand pump, which allows you to top off the cylinder or even fill the cylinder out into the field, which is excellent. This gun is superb because you grab the gun and a tin of pellets and you're off into the field without any worries. Thank you very much for watching Spring Powered South African Air Gunner. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe. Share this video if it intrigued you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next time. Cheers.